What's up everyone, in this video we'll learn how to make the sidebar sticky in WordPress. Now we won't be using any third-party plugin, we will be using the CSS way which works on all the themes and even non-WordPress websites like HTML, HubSpot and different kinds of websites too. As you can see, I have this post in preview mode, but that won't matter because I don't have any posts on this website, so I've put some lorem ipsum text to make the screen scrollable, so we can see the sticky sidebar. Anyway, now if I scroll down, you will see the sidebar sticking, but I have removed the code. So if I reload this page, I won't be able to see the sidebar sticking. So let's do that now. And you can see it's not sticking anymore. And let's start and see how we can make the sidebar sticky. So to do that, hover onto the sidebar itself and right click and click on inspect. I have used Inspector on Chrome and Firefox. I'm not sure if it works on other browsers, but it works fine on Chrome and Firefox browsers. Now this is the Inspector window, and as you hover onto different lines, you will see different positions, different areas on the screen highlighting. So the Inspector window shows pretty much all the backend of the website except the JavaScript code. Anyway, if you hover onto different elements, and you will see different elements highlighting, and we don't care about all the elements, all we care about is the sidebar. So as we right clicked on the sidebar and inspected it, that means the highlighted window would possibly be the sidebar itself or elements in the sidebar. So for example, it could be this or this, and if you right click on archive, it would be the element itself, not the sidebar. So you have to be a little bit careful on that. We want to target the whole sidebar, not just one element. So to target the whole sidebar, just keep going further up, not further down, further up. As you go, you will see sidebar main. Don't worry about it. We are not touching this one because some classes, for example, this is a class, this is a div tag. Some div tags have the parent div tags. So if you target this one and not the parent one, it won't work. So we want to target the main div tag for the whole sidebar. So just keep going further up and then go further up. Now from here to here, the position changes. So this is actually for this guy, and when you hover onto this one, this is the first sidebar element, which means this is the parent element of the sidebar. Now you don't have to worry about the orange and green area. This is showing the padding and margin, so don't worry about it. The only thing we worry about is the blue. So if the blue is highlighting the actual sidebar, that means we are on the right place. And to test that, if you go and it's selected here, if you go and click in element.style and type display, and if you put DIS, it will show you display, hit enter and write NONE and hit enter. When you write display none and you see no sidebar, that means you are on the right place. Let me uncheck this. Now to make this sticky, we will just play in the inspector. The inspector won't affect the live website nor the actual settings of the website. So anyway, here we need two lines of code. The first one is position. So if you write POS, it will show you position, hit enter. Now you will see different options here. What we want is we want to take the sticky from here. You can also type sticky if you want and hit enter. It won't do anything. You can see now we have asked the browser that make this sticky, but we haven't specified the actual position where we want to make it sticky. So for that we will be using top because we want to put this on the top. And if I put top 0, that means the sticky bar should stay right here, even crossing the header. So we don't want that. For example, if I put top here 0 pixel, hit enter, and if I scroll, it won't stick as it is. So what we want to do, we want to change this value, and as you increase, you will see sticky bar coming further down. So adjust the value according to your needs. For example, 50 looks good on my website, and if I scroll back again, it looks perfectly fine. So I will leave this 50, and it's up to you what you want. You can play with it and find the best option. Now there are two main things which we need to do to get this code work on the main website. Number one is you must have the admin access so we can add the custom CSS to the website. what happens is in the backend of the website, most of the themes have the option to add the custom CSS and appearance, but some themes have different um, options. So the theme might disable that and provide a different, maybe a better one, or maybe just their own CSS. But for most of the themes, if you hover onto appearance and go to customize, and in customize the last option is additional CSS. Now here there might be some code already there, don't worry about it. For example, it could be like this: main p font size 30 pixels. So maybe something like that would be there, don't worry. All you have to do is write the code after the middle bracket. So I'll get rid of this code for now because we don't want it. And so this is the first step. Okay, make sure you have the access and how to access the additional CSS. Now let's go back to the screen here. Now a little bit of technical knowledge. In HTML, tags, for example this div tag, have two common attributes. Number one is class, number one is ID. There might be different ones, for example role, style, item scope, but we only have to worry about class or ID. When we write codes, we always target classes, but it's a possibility that different HTML tag has the same class. So if you're not familiar with the class and ID, just to be on the safe side, we will be using ID. Anyway, what you can do is double click on this secondary and Control C and go back to the customize. And if we are targeting the class, we use dot first, and if we're targeting the ID, we use hashtag first. So I put hashtag and paste the secondary name, which is the ID of our sidebar, and add two middle brackets, and then go back to the website. And here what you can do is highlight those two and press Control C or Command C to copy, and then come back here and press Command or Control D. Press Command or Control D. Now this is the code which we want. Most of the time it will work fine, but if it doesn't, and you put here, you publish and you reload the page, it doesn't, what you can do is come back and click in between the semicolon and the text word and hit space, and then add an exclamation mark and write important, and same for the guy in here. What this will do is it will force the browser to run this code instead of whatever the default code is. So well, in this case we don't need it because we will be testing right now, and if it doesn't work we will do it, and hit publish. Now if I go to my website and close this tab, as I mentioned that when we reload the page, the inspector elements vanish. So if I reload the page now, and if this code is working fine, I should see the sticky bar. As you can see, I can see the sticky bar, and once you hit publish here, these changes will be published, so you can see the sticky bar even if you go in incognito mode. So that's how you create the sticky bar in WordPress without installing a plugin. I hope it helped. Please let me know what you think of this video in the comments down below, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.